everyone. So I'm not any kind of design expert or anything, but I use Tableau a lot, and I wanted to share a tip that my colleague got from a data visualization course. I think it was a kind of passing comment, but it's really changed the way I sort of think about formatting. So he was told, make grey your default, strip all colour out, then build it back up again. And that sounds like something really simple and basic, but it's a really good check, and it's something that you can really easily miss, especially when you're really familiar with your dashboard. So I'm starting by showing you a colourful dashboard. Don't judge me, okay? This was something that we were actually using to compare how well series we're doing on all four. So each coloured block represents a season of a show, and we were using this one to show how it was doing relatively. It's horrible, and the problem is I don't know if anyone else finds this, but Channel 4 is a really creative place to work, and I think kind of throwing colour in is a way of jazzing things up, and it's just distracting here. So if we follow the logic of stripping colour out, we can then look for the story. So you take everything out and you go, right, where was my formatting actually helping? Clearly this is no good, so my formatting needs to be doing something. We need to be grouping things in some way. But there's too many things to use colour for because you're going to end up with a legend and people are going to have to read back and forth. So what's the actual story we're trying to pull out? Maybe using colour for that is more useful. So then I built colour back in again. So I've made more prominent my actual labels because they're a good way of grouping things, but without being too in your face. And I've just highlighted all the series ones. So now people can see, well, okay, Derry Girls launched kind of middlingly in the big scheme of things, but compared to series ones, Orange is the big one. It's big compared to everything else. But then you can drill down into the detail. The point is that it's not, you're sort of guiding your audience to the first thing that you want them to spot. This is all fake data, by the way, so we're not allowed to share any viewing figures, so these are all pretend. Yes, so things that I've learned from defaulting to grey. So I found, colour will be one of the first things your audience notices, as I'm sure you guys found. Make sure that it's adding to the message and not distracting from it. Sometimes a big wallop of colour makes you go, oh, yeah, okay, interesting, but you don't really know what you're looking for. You can use colour to be that first thing that the audience notices about your dashboard and then build in from there. It's kind of an intro. Generally, try and use labels instead of legends. I think this one's really easy to forget, especially when you're familiar with your data, because you assume that people can read across and you go, it's fine, they know that it's this because I've got it written down there. Actually, it's really slow looking between legends and matching them to the colours. So where you can, try and put labels in. That's not always going to be possible, so a good habit is to build familiarity with colours. If you're reporting on the same kind of things consistently, try and always use the same colours when you do. It's not always going to be possible, but we generally talk about E4 programs in purple and more 4 programs in green, and that's kind of an instant signal to people that they know what they're looking at. And yeah, it's not really 50 shades or grey, guys. It's about going back to grey and then putting in the helpful colours that are really adding to it and not distracting your audience. Yeah, that's me.